Hey guys, welcome to my new channel where I'm basically going to be taking a live construction project tender. I'm going to take you through my entire estimate process, look at the front end documents, specs, drawings. We're going to do an estimate, sub-pricing. We're going to look at risks. I'm going to take you through my whole process, and at the end you can see the price. And once I know the tender results, going to share that with everybody, see how we did. If we get it, then we'll go to the next step and I'll take you through the actual project. So follow along if you're new to estimating or maybe you just want to see how another estimator does it. All right, we'll get right into it. This is the Gitsigutla First Nations. I work at British Columbia, and this is a northern project. First thing I do is kind of do a general overview of the documents, kind of see what it might entail. It's important to read all through the project documents and the spec because there's definitely details in there that you need to know. So table of contents, they got a scheduled quantity of prices, preliminary construction schedule. They want experience of the superintendent, comparable work experience, and subcontractors. Let's just go back up. It's a WWTP RBC replacement. So it's a wastewater treatment plant, and the RBC is I believe it's a rotating biological contactor, which is essentially a giant toilet brush that kind of scrapes the side of the tank and cleans it out, I guess, before it goes to a clarifier. So we have invitation to tender. It's December 3rd today. It closes on December 16th. It's kind of a weird closing time right before Christmas. If you want to look at the important dates, you'll want to note those. What do we have here? Question acceptance deadline, December 8th. That's another important date to note. So you make sure all your questions are in before that date. Otherwise, they won't get answered. They must be submitted to WSP in an envelope sealed and clearly marked. There's a bid bond required. You'll have to make sure you get that in place ahead of time. There'll likely be a labor and material bond as well, perhaps a performance bond. They'll be open in public, so we should be able to know the results pretty quickly. Contact information for questions. So kind of just do a general overview to get an idea what the project is going to entail, if it's something that we're going to bid or not. We are going to bid this one, though. I know that for a fact. General scope of work. The rotating biological contactor. This work includes emptying the existing septic tanks, RBC tank, clarifier, remove the WWTP roof to allow for the RBC to be removed and the new RBC to be installed, trucking and effluent to the approved site, disconnecting, removing, and disposing existing RBC, installing new RBC, and reinstalling the roof. Repairs of the concrete tank, concrete coring for testing, and electrical upgrades. The RBC has been purchased by the nation and is delivered to site. So the RBC is there, basically a giant barrel. Again, the contact info. You want to review the tender documents carefully to see what is required. They note master municipal construction documents. That's pretty standard for kind of municipal projects to do with wastewater, water treatment. Usually it's unit rate prices. The tenders, okay, this is interesting. It must be submitted in a sealed envelope. So you have to either submit your tender, you might put in just a high price of, say, 5 million, and then you can likely change that through a fax or an email addendum to your price. You don't usually see sealed tenders envelope delivered as often. Since COVID hit, they've been a lot more lenient on just allowing you to email tenders, which is nice. Late tenders, supplemental instructions to tenders. These are important as well. These are in addition to the regular instructions. You got to make sure you read all through these very clearly. Pre-tender site meeting will be held November 27th. We did have somebody attend that meeting. We were the only ones there, so could be a good thing if no one else is bidding. Go through this quickly. Instruction to tenders. It looks like there are a lot of supplemental instructions here, so I'm going to have to read through these and note anything interesting on those. Let's jump down to the drawings. We'll have a quick look just so you can kind of get an idea of what's involved here. Where are they? So we'll have a quick look at these and then we'll review them in more detail later when we're preparing our scope summary and our takeoff. So Gitsagukla, it's a small First Nations community. I know that's about an hour north of Smithers. So this is the rotating biological contactor here, this big drum, basically rotating. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just kind of excretes the crap. So RBC is in this area, clarifier is here. Looks like we're going to have to remove a section of the roof to crane out this RBC. Yeah, looks like that's when they were loading it in. So we don't have to take the entire roof off, but I know I'm going to need roofing. I'm going to need a crane. So as I go through the drawings, I'll usually make notes of which subcontractors are required. They'll also be able to see that through the specs. That's a roof removal plan. Cutting and coring. This is a foundation plan, so I can see there's going to be some concrete work in here. Looks like we got to hammer out some of the slab and add a thickening and a steel plate here. So I'm going to need mill rating as well. So I'll need a mill rating outfit. I'll need a fabricator, rebar. So we're a general contractor, so we do most of the concrete work, carpenter, labor, operator type work in-house, and the rest we sub out. Here's the electrical scope. Not a huge drawing package. And then here are the existing drawings. This is a good overview. So this is the RBC here. Looks like this is the septic tank. So we're going to have to read more into the scope of work to find out what exactly we need to do here. Okay, I'm going to end this video here. It's getting kind of long, so stay tuned for video 2.